All right, you guys, I think that you should be able to hear. Okay, cool. Let me make sure that this is working on here as well. Okay, I figured out, I think, something that will be good for. Okay. Okay, now I'm back, and it's not going to be a blank screen with just some random voice. And now I have a good microphone set up. There is a fan, so if you hear a little bit of wind noise, that's what it is. But yeah, so we're going to build a beach today, and we're going to like it. Hold on, just bear with me. I wish you could edit streams because... and I just started streaming, you guys, so I apologize if this is kind of all over the place. This is not how I plan on every stream going from now on. Okay. Now we're back, and I think it's going to work just fine. So, let me... just give me 1 minute, and then we will get started here. Okay. So, I don't know if you guys saw, but I released that video of the theater and rooftop restaurant tonight. I hope you liked it. It's over in my long form videos, so it's not a live. That's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna do live streams so you guys can kind of just see the boring process of getting these cities and stuff. Basically everything that I've done to get this city to the size it is. I plan on, making this huge. And so, yeah, the live streams are so you can follow along and watch the boring process of putting in roads and boring tunnels and framing buildings and putting in windows and all that stuff. But the videos that I just released that are edited and stuff, those are nice because they're reveal videos and finished products. So if you want to look at that and you don't like these live streams, then I recommend you go ahead and go over there. I do have a couple of shorts videos coming out this weekend as well. So be on the lookout for those. Those are just going to be builds that don't take as long to tour. So anyways, so we're in Delray today. I'm sorry if you guys are getting bored. We can go on let's go on a little drive around the Hyperion. And then we will come back and start building. Let me just tell you what we're going to do. So today I have a townhouse I want to build along with the beach, but I have a townhouse I want to build right here. It'll be 4 stories, and I don't know how I feel about it because that would mean that the 4th story looks into the neighbor's rooftop yard like that, and I don't know if I like that, so we'll see. I may find another location, but let's go on a little drive, and then we'll come back and build the beach. So I'm monitoring my stream on my phone, and it just blanked out, and I don't know why. So I hope everything's working out. But I've been trying to get better about naming all the streets. So I recently was driving somewhere, and there was a street called Park Cape. And so basically this road meanders, and all this is Park Cape. So yeah, I've been trying to name the roads more, but actually let's go this way. So basically what I'm trying to do with this city is make it as functional as possible. It's a hobby, it's fun. I'm not a city planner or anything like that in real life. I don't design cities. I am in real estate, but yeah, I don't design cities, but I'm designing a city in here, in Minecraft, the way I think it should be built. And of course, it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect, but I know that there's real urban planners that would have an issue with it. But hey, I think my city's planned better than most of America, so, and I can say bad things about it because it's my home country. So America is planned very poorly, you guys. The fact that LA is not, which yeah, it's just crazy to me. So like LA used to have the largest like metro or like streetcar network in the world at the turn of the like uh, century going into the 1900s, and then big oil basically bought them out and closed all of the and they tore up all the streetcar networks and everything. So it's a shame the way American cities are planned. But you know, as someone who grew up in the poorly planned streets of America, I have my outlet in Minecraft of how I would build. This area bothers me. I'm gonna like I need to start. So let me kind of tell you where we're driving through. As no, we're not driving, but we're flying, and you know we'll pretend we're driving. Um, this is a game, you guys. Let's just have fun with it. So yeah, this is a district that doesn't look the best right now. It's just pretty much the bare bones, but it's gonna be really dope eventually. And I really want to get this building right here worked on because I worked hard on this like framing. So basically what it is it's this like square essentially with the corners cut off. I know there's probably a name and I'm blanking on on that type of shape, but don't come at me. So what I did is it's 5, like I don't know, it's kind of like set back as you go up. So 5 of the floors, and then it's set back, and then there's 4 floors, and then it's set back, and then there's 3 floors, and then it's set back, and then there's 2 floors, and then it's set back, and then there's 1 floor. And as a part of like 1 floor, a buddy of mine taught me, and if you're watching, if that buddy's watching, shout out to him. But he showed me how to. Bothers me that there's not glass right there, so we're gonna go ahead and add it. And I already have some. Let's find some glass. You know what, I'll come back to it because I don't want to choose the color right now. It's too much. I'm not focused on this project. But basically he taught me how to like make the lights do this. So I created this cool thing. And when the render distance is high, you can see it from afar. And it looks cool. And then I have this like antenna on the top of the building that I just made out of concrete and the iron bars or whatever, and then did the redstone torches there. So I like how that came out. This is a really tall building. Normally when the fog isn't like this, you can see the old skyline that I started building. And well, the first 2 buildings were those right there, and that's where this whole city started in 2012. So I've been building it ever since then, pretty consistently. I've taken a couple of breaks over a couple of years and stuff, but it's kind of a hobby. So let's get back to this. But first, just hang with me a minute. Somehow I'm listening to music while I'm talking, like on my AirPods, because I'm Gen Z and I have the attention span of a goldfish, apparently. I fear for my children one day what their attention span is going to be like, but I realized that the same song is playing on repeat and it's driving me crazy. So I gotta find something else. Okay, so this is Beach Park or Bay Park or something, this road right here. So just to show you on a map where we are, this is downtown Toluca, and just kind of serves as the greater downtown area in this general central Hyperion region right here. So this is going to be like this island, and then this whole area is like the high-rise district. And I'm going to have another one somewhere, probably like right here eventually. This is kind of like hilly and kind of like San Francisco, and probably going to build a bridge. And I don't know, but that's way later down the road. But this needs a lot of work, so I'm not going to hang out here too much. I did finish this gas station recently, and I liked this one. I wanted a gas station in downtown, but I wasn't sure where, so I found a little tiny lot between this high-rise and the freeway. there. And there still is enough room for another business back here, just a nice little juice stand along this walking path or whatever. So, yeah. But as you can see, this neighborhood is not finished. It's just ideas that I build the shells of and then leave. And what I'll do, like, when I build a city is I'll look at the land, I'll survey it, I'll survey the raw land for, like, you know, sometimes a couple of weeks, sometimes a couple of months. It's usually a couple of years, because I'll look at lands, like if you look at a map here, like, I'm already, like, eyeing all this land right here, and somewhat down to here. Definitely eyeing all of this, and even eyeing this and this. So, like, I'm looking ahead to what I'm going to build eventually. I'm not just focused on this right now. I'm focused on what I'm going to do eventually. So what I'll do is, if I think of a design for a road or a building or something in a certain area, then I'll go ahead and build it. And then for a long time, it will just be like the roads or a few buildings. Basically, the way any city grows is what I'm explaining. Like, come on, you guys. So, yeah, moving on. Here's a cool park. So this is getting into the, like, medical district. So the big hospital is behind this building right here, and this building is inspired by all the buildings in San Francisco that look like this. I live not too far from there, and I love these buildings. So, this was a design that I saw. I'm not going to take the credit for this. Someone else came up with this design, and I thought it was super cool. I did use different blocks than they used, but I made this like I don't know. I don't know why I decided to make this like a goth park. Like, it's totally goth, and I'm obsessed. I love how the lamppost came out, and so, like, imagine when all this is done, you're able to just get off the streetcar, which also connects to metro stations and bike paths and walking trails and roadways if you want to get in an Uber or get your own car or whatever. Like, that's the way I've designed these cities, is I have every mode of transportation available. So imagine you pull up and you want to go eat your lunch at the park, or you come back from taking a stroll along the water, and here you have this nice little park. I gotta fix, you know what, let's just do it right now while I'm thinking about it. It bothers me. But you sit here, and there's glass and a restaurant in there, and it doesn't look abandoned like it does now, but it'll be nice. So anyways, oh, I do actually, this is a neighborhood that's, like, semi-finished. So those are restrooms, like public restrooms. This big white frame structure right here is Eden Hospital. And that's going to be a big hospital complex, and it's the frame right now. It took me forever, you guys, to even come up with the frame of it. I had so many different ideas. These two, like, parcels of land right here were, like, empty for so long. I've been building in this whole region since 2020. So during the time where we had to stay in our houses for a long time, and the end of it, basically. So, like, summer of 2020. I had built all this stuff, and then, long story short, I lost it. So I had to start over, still in 2020, but I started this version of it in, probably, I remember I stopped for a month. I was so mad. So September of 2020, I restarted, built the freeway, and then I've built everything else since. But these two pieces of land, and as you can see, this one right here is still empty mostly. I don't know what to do totally with this here, but this one, I like what I have, and so that'll be a project that will be like a mega project that I will create a video series on at some point. Okay, so this is the Apple Store. This is my favorite Apple Store that I've ever done. I have one Apple Store right here. I have another one right here. I liked this one. This is actually still really cool, but this one takes the cake, you guys. So this is going to be like a little shopping district, and it's kind of not my favorite zoning, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be better, but it's okay. It's eclectic. So I just don't love how, like, it's this, like, walkable area right here, and then I built an in and out across the street, but at the same time, this in and out lot backs up to the freeway, so I don't know. It is what it is, but I think I'm trying to be too perfect. I'm aiming for perfection here. So you walk in, beautiful Apple store. We got the gray glass on the ceiling and the big square skylights, and we have these cool, so like, you know how they have the like learning areas at Apple stores? Well, this is what this area is right here. So then they have little advertisement screens on the walls and shelves for products, genius tables, the little tree. They always do trees in their stores, so I did 2 ferns, and then this is where they keep the products, and then this is the bathroom, and that's where they keep the products. Now thinking about it, I should have done it opposite. That should have been where they keep the products, and this should be the bathroom, because this is kind of like an easy escape for if someone's trying to steal. So you guys, I'm not perfect. Like, I just build what I build, and then I go back to it, and I'm like, oh, well, I really shouldn't be showcasing all of this. I should save some shorts content. But here's a little, well, actually, wait, I already have a video out on this. This is my in and out. I already have a short on this, so you guys know what this looks like. But yeah, this, like, there's in and out where I live, and so I went to my favorite one, and it's the older one in the area, but I like the design. It's classic. I like the rotunda turret thing on the corner there. So anywho, I'm bored of this neighborhood. Let's get going. So back onto Beach Park, or whatever this road is. I know I have names for them, but I don't, well, I do have names somewhere. Not on these traffic lights though. So let's see here. So this is another, I did a short on that. This is the title company and real estate office and all this stuff. So this road, okay, what is this road called? Bayshore Parkway, that's right. So this road is the border of, so we're technically in El Costa on this south side of the road. Over here is Toluca, looking at a map. So this road right here, so like I have zones for all these cities. And I've actually like drawn overlays and stuff. So like this right here is the southern boundary of Toluca, which Toluca is like this whole area right here. This is Del Rey, or not Del Rey, this is El Costa, and I'm just now starting to build it, and it's going to go all the way down to here. So anywho, these are some cool apartments I have with a chain called Loa, and I came up with that in high school, you guys, in like 2015, 2016, and you know, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what they serve. I think it's Hawaiian food. It sounds like it's Hawaiian food, so we're gonna stick with that. One thing I gotta get better about, I have like a lot of empty builds. So this is the Eastern Hyperion High School. I love the design, if I do say so myself. I had this awkward lot, and I think I did the best I could with it. So the main building's 3 levels, has a courtyard, has extensions for science rooms, has a cafeteria hall. The gym has to be excavated and go underneath this football field, which, by the way, I just realized that I can use a new feature that Minecraft is releasing. I just saw it on the login screen. And it's funny to me because they're acting like this is some new thing. Basically, it's like a world editor, and like it's an official Minecraft world editor, which I think is dope, because I've gone without that for basically this whole like area right here. I have built without a world editor, and like all the freeways and everything. This area over here, the only things I had a world editor for were there's a subway loop right here that connects these islands. So I did use the world editor for that, and then I think maybe like this high rise right here, and so those are so I did have the world editor for a little bit, and it was so much fun, and I loved it, but then it went away. So like MC Edit was what I used to use. So I don't know if any of you remember that, but it still kind of exists, but the new version is not at all what the old version was, and so I'm curious to see what this Minecraft editor does. So I'm gonna test it out on a different computer, first, just to see how it works and kind of work out the kinks. But that football field that I was showing you, I'm going to hopefully be able to excavate the water and build a gym underneath there, and that's going to be a whole complex and will be really cool. So this is a taqueria. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this one. So remember, it's Alcosta is the name of the town. There's a sign on the hill right there. So this is Alcostaco. So yeah, that kind of corny, but Alcostaco. I don't know. It's kind of a mouthful, but I think I nailed the theme. I think I nailed the vibe between the sandstone building and it kind of has like an adobe look, and then see, I'm telling you guys, banners help create a brand in Minecraft. Obviously we can't type a ton of text and stuff onto these. I mean, I know you can, but how do you do it actually? Or maybe you can't. No, you can't do it on banners, can you? I don't know. I've had so many like weird mods over the years that do things and I get it confused. But anyway, so there's a little parking lot, nice little outdoor eating area. There's this drive-through, and I had a challenge because I wanted to. My goal with this is to maximize space on every single lot while still being livable, and providing convenience, no matter what form of transportation you use. That's my goal, and so, I wanted to build an apartment above this drive-through. I didn't want it to just be because this is a nice coastal, like this is the ocean right here, the biggest like body of water in the area, and so this is in like a nice like coastal neighborhood, and I wanted it to be something nice. So I wanted there to be housing, so I wanted an apartment up there, but I couldn't add a staircase from this level because I didn't want to disrupt the flow of traffic for the drive-through. So I have this apartment building right here, and I decided to, like, I would designate a space like right there, that parking spot for this person in this apartment. And all they have to do is walk up this little sidewalk and then go around here, and there's a little gate, and then you have this nice apartment in here, and it maximizes the land. And it's like, these are the little things that I wish we would do in America. But of course this lot is unique because it has the hill behind it, so I was able to create this bridge that connects from the retaining wall. So got the drive-through. This is like supposed to be like the dumpster area right here. We got a villager peeping on me here. So next up, this is another shorts video I've done. This is part of the Eastern Hyperion Bike Network. So if you zoom into the map, you see these like stone blocks that looks like a little road. This is all a bike network that goes all through the mountains and all along roadways and along cliffs, and it connects not just down here, but like it connects all throughout here too, and all up here, and it's very extensive. So that's why when I say I try to build different types of transport, I really do. So I don't even know if people are watching right now. I have one person watching. Go figure. Hey, my feeling is if people are interested, they're interested. If they're not, they're not. I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm going to do this anyway, so might as well stream. Okay, this is a diner that I recently did that I am obsessed with. So if anyone here is from Southern California, Vegas, or is familiar with the area, you're familiar with Norms. So that's what this was inspired by. But I love, like, I don't know, something about like diners and mid-century architecture. That just goes together like peanut butter and jelly. It's just like, it's just right. It's just right, And I've always loved the butterfly roof. And I had this little, so I built this high-rise recently, and I wanted to build it along the bike path, but then I had this little tiny skinny lot right here, and I didn't know what to do with it. But it was a long lot that goes all the way to the freeway. So I was able to get a, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. A 19 parking spot parking lot for this diner. and a pretty nice diner. I think it, again, you guys, the banners, it sells the brand in Minecraft. It really does. So yeah, it's just a simple little diner, nice cozy little booths. But, because the ceilings are high and there's skylights and stuff, it kind of makes it feel more open. So this was a fun project. I love projects like this personally because they are just quick and easy, and it makes the city come to life more. What's going on here, dude? Sorry, you'll have to bear with me. For some reason, okay. Alright, so moving on. I want to take you to this neighborhood, but up here on the coast. This is East Cliff Drive. So, for those of you that are from California as well, you'll see there's a lot of California names you'll probably recognize in this video. There's a lot of street names that I really like in California that just sound interesting, and are more interesting than Apple Street or, whatever. So, okay, over here, this is my neighborhood where I have a house up in the hills over there. I'm still working on this. I recently built a bank that I got to do a tour of. That's why I have a bunch of shorts videos coming up, is I have banks and gas stations, and I'm about to build this little 3-story storefront plus apartments. And then, you guys, this I'm really excited about. So this whole area for the longest time was just like the road ended right here, and this was just like these weird islands and stuff. So I don't know why this area looks like this with all this weird blue stuff. It was because of some mods or something that I had, and it messed something up. So but yeah, I recently did this area out here. So like what I was saying earlier is, when I have an area that I want to build on eventually, is I'll just go out, and when I get an idea and like a layout for the road, I'll go build the road. And I may not build houses out here for a while. It probably will be somewhat soon because I need content, and I have a house for this lot right here that is going to need like a very wide lot, and I think it would look really nice right here. So anyways, but yeah, like eventually I'm going to build another little village right here, nice little walkable village with townhouses and stuff over here. These are going to be the big houses, like mansions. Over in here is going to be like more in reach single family homes, not so big, and then some more stores and condo buildings and stuff. And this is going to be a bridge that goes out, kind of like for those of you that are familiar with the Coronado Bridge in San Diego, and it kind of like goes up and curves. Like this is kind of going to be similar, and it's going to go up out of here. This is all going to be like filled in with land right here from like this shoreline, and kind of, anyways, you'll see it as you watch along. But I'm gonna curve this like the Coronado Bridge. I got to realign this. This is just, as you can see, I've tried a couple of times and it's not very good. Like, look at this. So I got to redo that, and then it's going to come onto here, and then this is going to be a big like regional shopping area with Costco, and then more like suburban development, and then this whole piece of land, which we'll go to eventually, is going to be all walkable, no cars at all, completely walkable. So it will only be big enough for like golf carts and mopeds and stuff like that. So, and there'll be like entry points, whatever, to get into the area for car traffic. But I've done that before in my snowy mountain city, Prestonwood. It started out as a walkable village. I started adding suburban areas with roads, and I just have entry points and garages, and put transit nearby, and so if you need to get access to a car from the walkable area, you can easily take a train or get on a bike path or walk nearby to get to a vehicle. But yeah, so this is all Toluca Island. So this is a little island that just sits. It's barely an island. You guys can barely see it. But there's a little river that snakes along here. And it is a little island. That's my house right there. On the corner. It's a nice corner lot with a pool. I act like it's real. Wish it was, but eventually. So that is. So we're in Toluca. So you see a big A. At night it glows. It's the sea lantern. This is Al Costa. I gotta do something there. That's supposed to be like seafood or I don't know, something. This is a cool apartment. This is all real content. This is all shorts / real content. Sometimes like pieces of land sit and I don't know what to do with it. This is one of them. I don't know. I know that I want it to be 3 stories and go up to here on this building, and then I want the second 2 stories of this building to be able to look out over that building. But I just don't know, you guys. I'm gonna figure it out. But this eventually, I'm gonna build like a road going down into a tunnel, or a big parking garage. Not a tunnel, a parking garage. It's underneath here, and so there'll be an entry point over there, and then over here, as you can see, I've already started to deal with this. So that'll be a weekend project. But the goal is to build somehow in a nice way a like ramp that goes down underground, connects over there, makes a big like underground parking area, because there's also going to be a subway station right there. So I want it to be I want the subway is meant for like regional transport and commuting, and then this streetcar is meant for local neighborhood transport. So this is going to be kind of like a transit hub right here, and we have the off-ramps for the freeway. Just a lot going on. So definitely need a big parking garage, and there's beach access. So it's basically Santa Monica, you guys. And I need to build a garage. And up here I want to build like a soccer field or something, while still keeping these like natural scrubby trees around the perimeter to block from the road and kind of create an illusion of like being elevated above the ocean here, which you are, but just kind of will give a cool effect. But this area over here is parkland. I already hate the freeway and the metro goes through it, but it is what it is. I had to do it this way. So but there are like little spots. This is all just wild land, and when the render distance is up, you can see all of the wild land, and then the Al Costa sign shining above the city like the Hollywood sign. Here's my freeway that cuts through the mountains, and I have neighborhoods on top of the mountains and lakes and lava waterfalls, and there's the bike path I was telling you about that goes along the coast. So this is Al Costa. This is so the way I'm like obsessing over Del Rey recently, and I've been like doing all my live streams and building a bunch of stuff up in that neighborhood, which for reference is this area, right? This area east of the freeway. This is Del Rey. This little neighborhood is Tahoe Park. This is Del Rey. So they're all like little neighborhoods. And before I was live streaming, I was down here building this out, and this is this like area starting right here over the hills, and then this area, and then there's gonna be like shopping and stuff over here. All of this is Al Costa, but specifically like this over here is the Edgewater neighborhood. So I'm getting so nerdy, but it's my stream, so I can do what I want. Anyways, so I have all these houses. Pretty much every house in my city is my own floor plan, especially over here. They're like basically all I'm pretty sure like every single one except for maybe 2 are my floor plan. Some of this was from when I was like in middle school and high school. I would come up with my own plans, but I would also, like this one right here, I remember it was a floor plan from a builder's website. But really, actually, everything else, even back then, this one was an old, like, 1930s floor plan. All of these right here, these, like, 4, 5, 6, no, like 5 of these houses were builder's plans, so it just depends. Sometimes I just see floor plans when I look at houses, because I'm in real estate, so it comes across my desk regularly, but sometimes you just like what you see and you want to build it. But yeah, so this is this like cool coastal neighborhood. You got this pool and this cliff like overlooking this little bay. You got bike access. You got this nice little road. Got a little hill right there. Got a little parking lot for the pool. And yeah, all these houses are my design up here. So you got a big one. You got a little 1-bedroom house, which, you know, that's something I like to do. I like to mix just all kinds of stuff. Like, I like to have zoning but also not have zoning. So like in America, like where I live, this would never be allowed. So like this is a, let me think here, this is, I'll just tour it, even though this should be a reel, and I'm ruining my real content, you guys. I guess I'll have to just work harder and build more stuff, because, you know, I'm just giving it all away for free here. So this one is cool. This is a 3-story house. This is a design I came up with. There was this awkward, skinny lot, but had these incredible views of this little bay, and I knew there was going to be a pool there eventually, and there is now. And so it finally came to me one night, like literally like 3 a.m. Woke up and came to me, and but my point in showing you this is this house is a one. I'll just go in the bedrooms. So here's 1 bedroom. Got a closet in there. This is a study area back here. And normally, I'm going to go ahead and turn the render distance up. I hope this doesn't screw up my stream, but I'm monitoring it. But part of the reason I like this house is it has a bridge view. So I don't have a name for this bridge yet, but there's this cool bridge view. So like you can just chill at your desk and like look out the window and see a bridge. It's like the Golden Gate or the Bay or any of the bridges over here. But so you know, the kitchen floor, sometimes I like will look at a color scheme I'll choose for a house and be like, ooh, this is ugly, but I'm like, you know, I got a whole city to furnish here, so I'm not going to get too caught up on it. I can do a better color scheme in another house. So far there's been 1 bedroom, and just give me a minute here. I want to, if you're watching the replay of this, just fast forward, because I'm looking for music to play in my headphones, because I'm bored of talking to this. This is, I mean, I'm not bored, it's just, it's very familiar to me. So, okay. So here's another bedroom. So now we have 2 bedrooms. I think this is like a 4-bedroom house. I really like how these ceilings turned out and these like big windows. This room especially is really cool because you have the mountain, you have the ocean, you have a semi-skyline view of that area over there. You're going to have more buildings as this little town down here grows out, and you can kind of see the start of that there. You got the bridge view, got a big closet, got bathroom, so same thing over there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4. No. Oh, I remember what it was. This house is 3 bedrooms, so this is the basement, and there's a garage, and then it looks like this is the end of the house down here, this wall, but if you go outside, there's a little gate, and then there's this area over here. So this is supposed to be an apartment. So it looks like the tenant has guests over, so I'm going to leave them alone. But yeah, so that's like a little like, so like where I live, there's people are like making these types of things in their backyards, or in their house and renting it out to people, just like little units, ADUs. So anywho, so but like the fact that what I'm about to show you is still not legal is terrible. Like, it should be. Although, I mean, I get in coastal areas, but I do what I want in Minecraft. So this is a 1-bedroom house, you guys. So that last one was like a 3-bedroom, like 3-story house with an apartment. This is just a simple little 1-bedroom. But the reason I built this stuff is because, like, go to Venice, you know, go to Santa Monica, go to really anywhere along the coast, the Pacific coast, which is what I'm most familiar with. I don't know about the East Coast, but I'm sure over there as well, you can go to the beach and you can see these little quaint cottages from, you know, the early 1900s that are 1-bedroom or something. It's like right by the beach. It's like I just like to have a mix of styles and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool houses. This is like a parking area down here and access to the mountains. So to access all the mountainous areas of this park, you go down that hill in this little park. I'm spending way too much time. You guys are probably bored to tears. Let me see if I even have... Hey, I have one viewer. Hello to whoever is watching. I hope I'm not boring you. I'm just... I don't know. I just felt like kind of showcasing some of my stuff tonight. And I said at the beginning of the stream that I was going to go on a little drive around the, you know, quote-unquote drive. I'm not insane. I know that I don't have a car. I'm literally flying around in a game. But... yeah, so I'm just kind of going around showcasing some of my stuff that I have built, but I actually want to go back. Let's go this way. So I've really got to work on. I'm getting better about it, but it's definitely taken some time. But I'm getting better about completing projects because for a long time like I usually do eventually, but like when I start it, I just want to get it all done. Like I don't want to start it then come back to it. So this road is a perfect example. This is like a big boulevard that is an alternate route to the freeway. So you got the freeway that cuts through the hills over here along the coastline. You got this 2-lane road that cuts up the coast all the way. I mean, literally all the way along the coast. It cuts up the coast. But this is an alternate route along the western side, and it has the streetcar. It has this I did this lime green thing for a while for the bike path because you see a lot of cities do that, but I'm getting away from that and starting to build like completely road separated like bikeways that are totally separated from the road altogether. Like there's one of those bikeways that is completely separated that is up here along this cliff. So, you know, I'm probably going to keep that one up there. Well, I'm obviously not going to take it away. I'm going to keep that one up there and then build one along the coast over here, and then probably not build one over here. Over here I'm probably going to build like some fast food or something, but because it has this nice view, I'm going to build like an apartment above it, or I don't know. I'll get creative with it. But this is going to be nice. I'm actually, like, looking at this, I'm actually kind of wanting to do this tonight instead of the beach. I mean, I did call the stream Freeplay, so I can do whatever I want. I'm not committed to anything. I was going to build a beach over here. So, like, if you look at the old parts of my city, you see this, like, beach all along the perimeter of the islands for the most part. There's some areas that I purposely missed and just haven't done yet, but this area doesn't have any of that, and this has grown so much. I'm not going to put it in here, or well, maybe I'll put it along here actually. I don't know, but I'm just looking. This is my house, and I don't want anyone in front of my house, so no. I know double standards, but it's my world, so I can do what I want. These are canals, so... But yeah, like, there's going to be beach added here. So, here's my goal tonight. I want to add beach. I'm going to stick to my original stream. I'm going to add beach along here. And I'll show you how I do that, because obviously the sand's going to fall down in the water. I mean, it's pretty simple. You got to put grass underneath it, and it's good enough. But, so yeah, we'll do beaches tonight. But pretty soon, probably this week, I'm going to come back to this stretch of roadway, and the goal is to build the retaining wall or the seawall like all along here, basically to where the water kind of gets dark, because then this is going to be a huge like infrastructure project over here where there's going to be a harbor and canals and all kinds of stuff. The bridge is already done, which is good. Although I'm not, I feel like I should have definitely brought the bridge higher, because, but then again, this is just for like, this is not even for sailboats, but it could have been, and I'm kind of upset about it. It almost makes me want to like redo the whole bridge, but I won't, because after all, it's just a game. So let's head up. Let's go back to Del Rey and get started on the beach. Oh, actually, real quick before we leave this, down here, I wanted to give you like a sneak peek at what this little town's going to look like. So from now on, the freeway exits are going to look more like this when they're sunken down. If they're above grade and elevated, then they're going to look like this, but basically reversed. So, or like flips the other way. But I'm going to start, when it's sunken, I'm going to start adding these lights. I like it. It'll probably just be a fad for me. I'll probably change it eventually and think like, or I probably won't change it. That's the thing about my Minecraft cities is I, like, unless it's a road that's going to connect things or something, like I don't go back and improve or really change old builds, because I like to fly around and see the progression of my build quality over the years. So looks like the one person I had left, so that makes me want to walk into traffic, but you know, I won't. Yeah, so here's a little downtown of this village, and this is going to be another walkable area like I was talking about earlier. And this nice little park that connects the roadway down to the sea. And I purposely placed a little fountain in the middle of the roundabout, so you look up the hill and see that. In fact, I think that fountain could be a little bit bigger. I think I'm going to make it bigger or taller. This is something I'm going to complete this week. I've been thinking about it a lot. I need to do it. I've kind of played around with the layout, and I think I'm actually sold and I'm happy with the layout. I just got to do it. Because I never worry about like the bedroom layout really as much. It's just more the main area, because I always try to do something different with these townhomes. So like one of my favorite types of builds is townhomes in Minecraft. You know, it's just fun. And it's easy, and I always do like 3 stories, and they have a basement, and it's just great. So, but I like to change it up. I want everything to be unique. Like, I know most, like, real cities aren't even that way. Like, they just, like, most cities, like, I live in, like, you know, the U.S., and most places look the same. So, it's crazy. It's just, it gets boring, you know? So that's why I'm like, in my cities, I'm going to make them nice and different and interesting, eclectic. Hey, I just realized that I had a ton of comments and I didn't even see them, so I apologize to SD Caleb and FNAF and Lilikoi YT and the Axolotl and yeah, those 3 viewers, they were holding up my live stream here, so thank you very much. And now we're back to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I just need to open my comments here so I can see them. This is so nice, you guys. I should have started live streaming like earlier. Like, it's so nice. I used to do this when I like go on like this, you know, ramble on like I do. When I would like make my long form videos, but I'd have to edit out so much stuff because like I would even bore myself. So, you know, if I'm boring talking, just put headphones in. And enjoy the view, and don't complain, or exit out of this video if you don't like what I have to say. No, I'm just kidding. You guys will learn I'm very sarcastic. I'm not serious. I'm very sarcastic. Never serious ever. It's probably a problem at this point, but it is what it is. This is a park that I'm proud of right here. Yeah, very proud of this park here. Has a pool, tennis court, gazebo, a flag, a fountain, a area to gamble in the lawn. My mother said that to me one time. She said, "Look at the dogs. Look at the dogs. They look like lambs gambling in the lawn." I said, "Excuse me?" And like that portrait of the dogs gambling, that's what came to mind. I'm like, our dogs are not doing that. And she's like, "No." She says, "Look at the dogs. They're gambling. They look like lambs." I'm like, "What does that mean?" She's like, "Lambs gamble. That's like the term for them running, I guess." I'm like, you know, the more you know. So now I use that word and I confuse people and it's fun. Do you guys want to see my house? Well, there it is over there, but maybe I'll do a tour of it in a video. Not today. Ooh, there's a pretty house here and here. This used to be my house. This was a custom house that I came up with myself. I was in Wyoming visiting family, and there's surprisingly a lot of mid-century architecture there, especially like split levels and stuff. And I personally love split levels. I know that they get a lot of hate, but I hate the people that hate them. So there. And if one of my viewers hates them, then what's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you, gal? Whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up and move on. This is another nice park right here. I try to do unique parks, and that's why I like building things into the landscape. So this park, tennis court, I like the tennis court because you got a view of the Toluca sign right there. You're probably starting to notice that I like to put the name of the city on the hill. So I got that up there. This is a 2-story restroom. Lower story is the women's. Upper story is the men's, and then there is a rooftop garden. This connects over to a courtyard area with a canal and waterfall in the behind the city hall here. I had a mod. This is again why I don't like mods. You guys, I'm gonna sneeze. Ready? Here we go. Hold on. Okay, hold on. It may happen again. Your boy hasn't taken his allergy pill for a couple of days, and it's showing. But, anyways, back to the video. Live stream. So, another reason I don't have mods is I had a beautiful garden down here with all these exotic plants that came from this mod and that I had. And it had all these flowers and all this stuff. Well, look at how it looks bare now without the mod. And even the tree was mod. The trees, everything was modded up here. So that's why I decided when I started losing stuff like that, I'm only going to use whatever I can get in Minecraft without any mods. Because I want it to always look good, you know? So, I um, but this was a cool build right here because so you have this courtyard here, and it then goes under this tunnel and this canal under the freeway and gives direct access to the beach from like the central part of city center, um, and it's pretty safe and everything. I mean, it's definitely safe. Literally, no one lives here, you guys. You can't believe it. Can't get anyone to move here. Maybe it's because there's no running water or, real anything. But, anyways, I digress. This is my hallway. It's made out of cobblestone, and you see, there's things that I miss, you guys, and it really upsets me. I said that in my video about the theater. I was doing my tour and I saw things that I missed, just like right now. No, but up here, this is a wee elevator. Okay, pretend it's an elevator, guys. It's an elevator. I got a sidewalk, crosswalk. This goes into a parking garage. So this whole city hall complex was the first building that I built in this whole area. No, I'm sorry. I always built a gas station. Gas stations, just like in real life, establish the suburb. It's just, I don't make the rules. They just do. So, so I built that gas station, so I built the freeway, then the gas station. Oh, and of course a grocery store. Every place needs a grocery store to start off. And the city hall. And so this was a big infrastructure project because I had this like river right here, but I knew that this needed to be like a kind of plaza area, and there's going to be transit access here available as well, a metro stop. But I wanted there to be parking for, the employees of the city hall, and then of course the city hall itself, which is not done, you guys. This is what I'm talking about. Occasionally, well, not occasionally, more than occasionally, I don't finish projects, and I need to get better about that. And I am, but like this was one of my first projects. I still never finished it. I need to, but the general idea is here. So this like cool spaceship looking city hall that's built into the side of the mountain and has a freeway going around it and has courtyards and gardens that used to be here before the mod went away, that had the pretty plants. But yeah, so that was a big project when I did it, but it was fun. So moving on, going over to Del Rey, where I've been working a lot lately. There's a little Del Rey sign. I like to name the neighborhoods. It just it gives it some character and lore, and why the hell not? So as we come into the downtown, you'll recognize this from my previous streams. This is the theater that I just recently released a video of, so definitely go watch that. You'll see it in just my recent videos, but here's what we're working on tonight. We are here finally after all that flying here. This is all going to be beach. So I'm not getting a whole lot of engagement, but I'm going to monitor my chat. So if you guys want to talk to me, great. But otherwise, I'm just going to mute this and listen to some music, enjoy yourself, sit back, and let me know if you have any questions or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna start putting down the. Okay. There's some groundwork I'm not entirely sure about, but. Okay, so I want this to be a pretty decent sized beach. Like, I don't want it to just be a little skinny strip of land. So what I'm gonna do here is, like, let's see here. Okay, so here we go. So at the water level, when you're building a beach, at least this is the way I build a beach. You can do it any way you want, but the way it works for me is at the water level, just start randomly going, and it doesn't matter how many, if there's 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 1 block, the more irregular. Oh, well, actually, you guys hold on. I'm a little bit out of control. I'm getting, that's not, I didn't want the beach to be the whole size of the like the same size as the peninsula. I wasn't trying to go for that here, but I was going to do that. Whoops. Yeah, this needs to be a little bit smaller, quite a bit smaller actually. So, you guys, I swear this is what I do most of in Minecraft, is just make mistakes and have to start over on something. Like, there's a bridge that I built recently that's like all these like triangles and inverted triangles, and I had to really see, even that I feel like is too. No, that's a good size. This is a good size. No, but I recently built a bridge, and man, just trying to get it like the right size was so difficult. It was so incredibly hard. But I just had to try again and again and again, and it finally worked. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to create kind of a irregular coastal shape, so it looks like it's just natural. and I'm using the grass as like the base block for the beach that I'm gonna build. So now that I have that like outline right here, now what I have to do is fill in where the water is with grass, and then on top of that put the sand, and then it will look like the cobblestone is a retaining wall, and then I'm just gonna make little pass-throughs in the cobblestone like this, and probably bring the slab between these two cobblestone blocks here, and then it'll be just an easy, step down onto the beach. So I'll probably do 3 or 4 of those, maybe 5 of those along that coastal wall right there. So that's all I'm doing right now. Just building the beach here, and then I have another part of the city I got to go to down here that also needs a beach along here. So I'm going to be working on those 2 beaches tonight and hopefully finishing them. It's only 9:23 where I am, so hopefully I get it done. And I just have to warn anyone who's watching right now, this is like Minecraft builds and making the city look the way it does, like the way I've gotten the city to look this big and this connected, and it's boring. It's boring work. So just, if you're watching my live streams, just be prepared to maybe put some music on, just have it on in the background, ASMR, I don't know, because it's not exciting. If you want exciting videos, I do release videos, just videos that are like edited and not live, like long form videos, and I do release shorts as well, so you can go check those out if you want, for different types of content. But yeah, these live streams are kind of boring, so So this neighborhood that I'm building the beach along, I am really excited to see how this turns out eventually. So far, the development that I've done, I really like. So you can't see a whole lot, but because it's night and the render distance is low, but I just finished this theater, which you can go check that video out. Got townhouses, businesses, and then there's going to be like 3-story condo buildings along here, a school, and then large single-family lots over here. So it really is just a mix of everything. It's for anyone watching, I was saying earlier in the video that just like with like transportation in this city, I try to have like a mix of just like with housing, I try to have a mix of transportation as well. So like all the streetcars that connect to subway stations that take you around the region, and bike networks and walking trails and roadways and some. But anyways, back to the job at hand here. I'm gonna make it daytime because I can't stand working in the ocean at night. So the way I usually do the beaches is I just kind of block it off. Whenever I have to build, like, fill in a large area, I just block off sections and just do it section by section. It's less overwhelming. Because my goal is to make it a lot easier to fill this in, is to just get like all these irregular edges filled in so I can just go around in a square. So like now this is going to be a lot easier. And because I do creative mode, I don't have to worry about drowning if I go underwater like this. See, you guys, this is why I do creative mode. It's so funny because I have two nephews who like or I think just one of them likes Minecraft, but you know, they're kids. Of course they like Minecraft. And whenever I see them, they always want to show me like, uncle, like look at the Minecraft, and I'm always like, yeah, this isn't what I do. They do like a lot of survival stuff and like fight. They have mobs and the monsters and all that stuff. Like, I don't even know that side of Minecraft. Like, I have never even used that side of Minecraft. I remember when I first downloaded Minecraft, as soon as I could, I figured out how to turn off the monsters and just start building, because I just saw it as an opportunity to literally build whatever I want. And so starting in 2012, that started, and this is just one of my cities. So, you know. It's just, I've always been, like, before I discovered Minecraft, I played SimCity. But I just didn't love Sims. I liked it, but I didn't love it because I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of creative control over, like, the way buildings looked and stuff. And that's what I was wanting. I wanted to have that full creative control. Even though SimCity does offer, like, different types of things, like, it offers, you can see, I barely remember it, to be honest, but like I know people, like there's people in it, whereas this is just like villagers, which I do when a neighborhood's all done. I go and I put people in like houses and make it somewhat believable, but I don't know. I think Minecraft is the best game ever. Like I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and he knows I stream, and so the one person watching may be him. So if it is, what's up, bro? But he was telling me like, yeah, David. He was like, yeah, you should branch out and try to do other games. And I'm just like, no, I love Minecraft. I don't even feel the need to play other games. Like, the only other games I play are occasionally if I'm like stuck on a flight and I have nothing better to do, I'll play like some game on my phone, I don't even know what I play. I play that car game that it's like that guy in the hat and he's going up and down over the hills and bridges, and I forgot the name of it, but I used to like the Game of Life on the App Store. That was fun. But one of the games that I played that was like city focused, actually two of them before Minecraft, this was in like 2011. There was a game called Cityville that was really fun, and I enjoyed playing that. But that one it was fun to a point because you had to make like in-app purchases, and as a 12-year-old at the time, I did not have the money for in-app purchases so I could buy nice buildings to put in the city. So, and again, it lacked creative control for me because I couldn't design what the building looked like. In Minecraft, I can design exactly what a building looks like and everything about it, all the plants around it, just everything, which is great. But so I had that, and then I think there was one that was something about an island, like Island Life or Islandville, or I don't know, something. And you could make like this like village on an island, and it was kind of cool. That was before Minecraft. That was 2011 for me. I didn't do Minecraft until 2012. I went to a wedding for a cousin, and one of my cousins who's my age, he introduced it to me. He's like, dude, have you tried this newer game? Because Minecraft came out in like '09, I think. So I'm like, no, I've never even heard of it. I wasn't focused on that at all. And so I got it and I started playing it, and I was like, holy moly, this is amazing. And I've been building cities ever since. It was June of 2012 I started building, and I remember I built a city that to this day I still wish I had, to be honest. Like, it was, I remember the map was really cool, but somewhere I lost it. But there was one house in particular I was building that was like this like urban, I don't know, I'd probably go back now comparing my builds I have now to that, and I'd probably be like, what's I hung up on? Because really looking back, it wasn't very big. It was a little tiny nothing house that was just like that I built into an existing like Minecraft village. So it was kind of, but whatever, I lost it, and it's okay. Dude, you guys, I have lost so much stuff in Minecraft over the years. I have lost whole worlds. I have lost, that's why I literally just bought, because I've been streaming more and I've been building more, I literally just bought another backup, and it's going to be here on Sunday because I'm not willing to risk it. But it's not just that. I've also lost like mods over the years. That's why I honestly refuse to ever get mods again. I do have some right now, but I don't really use any of this, to be honest. I really don't even need it. I could probably take it off. The only reason I have Forge is because of this map. I love this map. I'm hoping that Minecraft eventually just has a map built in, which there is hope, because I don't know if you saw today, but and it may not have been today, they released the news. I just happened to see it today because I relogged into Minecraft today after I backed up, and I saw on the like homepage that, I'm getting distracted, so I need to stay on focus here. I saw on the homepage that they are going to be introducing a world editor, which I think is hilarious, because for those of us that have been playing Minecraft for a long time, do you remember MC Edit? Like, MC Edit was a thing, and still is, but the version 2 sucks. And if the developers of MC Edit are hearing that, I'm glad, because you had something so good and you flushed it down the toilet. Like, MC Edit was amazing. You could terraform so easily the land, and I built tunnels, and I didn't actually use it as much as looking back, I didn't use it as much as I wish I did, but like over here, you see this like white line right here. Like, basically this whole subway loop, I used MC Edit to build all of that. But things like the airport and like all the houses, basically, except for one high-rise right here, I did not, or I used MC Edit on this right here, on that subway loop. And then obviously like this massive cut right here, this was like an old version of MC Edit, like from 2013, 2012, something like that. You can still see the scar there. That was a project where I was basically, before I built this, like, so these are tunnels underneath this island that then go over to this island, but this is elevated freeway and then an interchange, and this was like a big like engineering thing I had to do, and I still have to work on a few things here, especially on this end. But my plan at the time was to like bring this road over here down and curve it, and then build like an undersea tunnel and bring it up over here. But I tried it using MC Edit and I freaking hated it. So this sat vacant for a long time, and it wasn't until 2015, 16 I started doing this over here. And then 2018 or 19, I think I built the airport. This stuff is all old. This stuff is like this island is 2012, this is 2013, this is 2014, 15, 16, 17, 17 and 18. And 18 was also dedicated to, yeah, 18 right here, 19, and then 19. And then I stopped in 19 for a year. So I stopped in the summer of 2019 playing Minecraft. And then I didn't start until that time during 2020 when we had to all be in our houses. Remember that? So, yeah, that... So I took about a year break, but ever since then, I've been playing Minecraft religiously, like in the evenings, on the weekends, on vacation. Like, I love road trips, and I love when someone else drives, because I will literally bring my laptop with me, and I will play Minecraft in the car. And I have, like, a special adapter. And, you know, my family just knows what to expect from me at this point. But, you know, everyone has their interest in their hobby, so. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and create an outline there along that seawall, because it just, I don't know, having the way that this is right now is annoying me, like with the water and then this up here, and I just wanted to section it off to make it seem less daunting here, so. Okay, so I'm going to section this part off over here. I really can't wait to see how this beach looks, especially from the rooftop of that theater right there. There's a restaurant on the like third floor or whatever. So, I'm excited to see what the beach, like, coastline looks like from that. I'm all about the aesthetics, you guys. I'm that way in real life too, not just in Minecraft. I love aesthetics. I love things that look good and are well put together. My house is absolutely pristine. I don't know. I like the aesthetics, you guys. Don't know what else to say. So again, feel free to, I just see that someone left the video, and that's fine. I mean, this is boring. If I wasn't playing it, I wouldn't be sitting here watching someone do this live, but I feel like these types of videos are good for replay. These live streams, people can go back and watch them and go to the parts that, you know, are good, and YouTube will create special, or like the high interest spots or whatever, so it's all good. But yeah, no, these live streams are not particularly interesting at all. But definitely check out my shorts and my long form videos. Check those out, because I release a lot more interesting content. Basically, the long form videos for me are like edited videos that are a reveal or a tour or whatever, and there's music and special elements and all kinds of stuff like that. These are just raw and coming at you live. So I may burp, you know, and there's just nothing you guys can do about it. So I'm sorry, truly, but you guys will learn that I'm just crazy. I'm just goofy and sarcastic, and, you know, I have to be serious for my job, so in my real life I like to just be unhinged. You'll grow to be sick of me, I promise. Here I said I don't like working in the ocean at night earlier in the video, and what am I doing? Working in the ocean at night, you guys. I don't like it. I like how big this beach is going to be, because, and it really isn't even that big. I mean, compared to the beaches along the coast, it's not even that big, but it's bigger than these beaches over here. These were tiny. Very, very small beaches. This is not a beach. This is actually going to be a neighborhood. Whew. Yeah, when I was like trying to decide the size of the beach here, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't like, I didn't want the land to look big enough to have businesses on, but so small that it's not like enough to spread out onto. So that's why I chose this size. Guys, these live streams are fun. It's just literally like every thought that comes to my mind. It's just about what I'm doing in here. It's just, I can just say it, you know? And you guys are just, can come in and out of the stream as you please. You don't even have to watch it. But, you know, if anyone watching my, this is what people who will watch more and more of my videos, my long form videos, this is what they'll go back and watch. When I get famous, these will be the videos that people go back and like pour over, because it'll be just unhinged content from me. Finally, almost done with this. I am getting tired of this. Just got to block off a few more sections, and then I'll be able to start adding the sand. I see a few more people joined. What's up? I'm in the process of building a beach right now. So, I'll take you to a map real quick. So basically, the way I have it along this island over here, so this is an older part of my city, I'm doing that. I'm building coastline, so there's nice beach access for this new neighborhood that is being built. So the way I do it with the beach is I put this layer of grass down at the water level, and then above it, and then on top of it, I'll put the sand. And then I'm going to make little openings in the cobblestone wall here, in the retaining wall. And then we'll go up to the sidewalk. So these streams are pretty boring, so just gonna warn you, like they're not super exciting. It's just a lot of me building things block by block. My more exciting videos you can just find in my videos section on my channel. That's like reveals and more upbeat videos that are edited and have music and, you know, actually more exciting to watch. So these are just live streams, so this is just the backstory of those videos, basically. Oh, you guys are almost done. I'm gonna start putting the sand. Okay, so the end goal for this, I was just looking. So I want to get this beach down, and then I want to put palm trees strategically placed close to the seawall, so it's not near the water, obviously. But I want a couple of like palm trees on the beach itself. I think that would just be a nice look. Okay, you guys, just know you may want to fast forward here in a minute. I'm going to take a break for just like 2 minutes. I got to get some more water. I'm very thirsty at the moment. So I'm going to go grab some water and go on break when I'm done with this. You guys, I don't even know. I just have to say, I don't even know if I'm even good at this streaming thing. I'm just doing what my friends told me to do, to be honest. Like, they just told me to, they told me that I should start streaming because they think that this is all really cool. And I said, okay, well, sure. So I figured out how to set it all up, and I figured out how to set it all up and just doing my best to get it all set up here. So sorry, I was distracted. I can already tell this is going to be so nice. Okay, so just to give you a reveal of where we're at before I go to a few minute break here. So we have the base layer down. Got the base layer down, and then after the break, I'm going to come back and put sand on top of all of this to create the beach. And then add some palm trees, add some slabs in between the walls here to get good beach access. And yeah, so I will be right back. Sorry, I have to wait because I'm waiting. All right, I am back from my break. So, welcome back to the stream. If anyone's jumping in right now, is a perfect time. I just before my break, I did this beach right here, and you're probably like, that doesn't look like a beach at all, because it doesn't. So, not yet, anyway. So let me see here. I'm just gonna kind of put some natural elements to this here so it looks a little bit better. But basically, what I'm doing is I put this base layer down of grass, and then I'm going to put sand on top of it. And once the sand is down, that stone block will be blocked as a retaining wall for the sidewalk. And then at all the crosswalks, I'll put pass-throughs to the beach. So that is what I'm doing right now. So nothing too exciting. Kind of a boring stream. Let me know if you have any questions. Someone commented IP ? I don't know what that means. Do you care to clarify, please? So, okay, that's good, I think. This looks too... I want things to look natural. That's why I'm like messing with that. But okay, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do the perimeter of the whole thing first, and then section it off and then fill it in. So this is gonna be nothing entertaining, I can promise you, but I'll eventually do a reveal video, and you'll see this beach in a lot of videos to come, because as you can see, this is a new neighborhood that's being developed, and there's apartment buildings and a school and all kinds of stuff coming. So see how that sand just fell through? I mean, anyone who's ever played Minecraft knows that the sand falls through water. So, this is not a revelation, but that's why I put the grass block down, because then you can put the sand on top and it looks like a beach. Now, if I wanted to really do this well, then I would kind of slowly taper the land down into the ocean and would make it a true beach, or even make it just something like this, but that's not something I'm going to be doing, I can promise you, unless we have a repeat of being locked in our houses like we were 5 years ago. And we have all the time in the world. I don't see myself doing that. And even if I did, there's so many other things I'd rather do, because, at the end of the day, as much as I love Minecraft and building all this stuff, it's just a game, and it doesn't have to be absolutely 100% perfect. It's good enough. So, it's not like anyone's living here. Even though I think I've done a good job with this city, and I'd live here if it had running water and a sewer system and a port, which is something I'm planning on building at some point, but it's just a work in progress. I actually do want to build a port like somewhere around here. I don't know where though. I'm thinking maybe this is where like multiple oceans converge, like over here. Maybe this would be good. I don't know. That's not a project for today. I just am looking back. I have my live stream, and there's like a little bit of a delay. Like, I have a screen so I can see it, and I was looking at the map I just had pulled up. When it's zoomed out all the way, it looks terrible. This is gonna take a while, but it'll look good when it's done. Figure that out in a minute. Sometimes when I'm like dealing with groundwork on projects, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna make that all. I think I'm gonna make that all stone. I'm gonna change the weather so it's hopefully not as laggy. Whoever commented IP question mark never responded. I don't know what that means. Did they mean IG? Because if they mean IG, yes, but I haven't used it in so long that I don't even remember the password or anything. I don't think I've posted since 2016 maybe. Maybe 2017. It's been a long time, so I'd have to figure out how to get back in and stuff, and I'm not really big into social media. If this channel ever gets big and I'm able to afford someone to manage social media for me, then sure, I will do it, but I don't want to do it myself. I'd rather build. Ugh, we're not doing this. I'm gonna just make this grass. And then, ooh, actually, I like that idea. That's actually gonna be a good idea. I'm gonna make all of this grass along here. And this is where one of the palm trees will go. And then to give a kind of like beachy look with like, you know, some, like especially like an East Coast beach. It will really give like an East Coast beach vibe. I think that's fine. I'm not gonna, in fact, I feel like I screwed it up. It looked more natural, now it looks kind of, it's fine, I guess, whatever. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just a game, but want it to look good. There's honestly no other way. I'd rather spend a Friday night, to be honest, after a long work week. This is pure bliss. I decided to turn the audio back on because everyone left. And I'm in shambles now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually just destroyed. No, for real, I like how this beach is coming out. I think it looks nice. It's gonna look better with some palm trees. And yeah. Okay, I'm always talking about how I want a square to work from, and I'm not even adhering to my own rule. I'm just going nuts here. Just when I thought I was done, I looked all around and there's still like 4. Well, I guess it's not that bad. I hate doing beaches because they're just so boring. But it's all part of the process. Look at that. Finally. Oh my gosh. Never mind. I lied. Not finally. Almost finally, but not quite. I swear. That's going to become the theme of my channel, is thinking I'm done with the project, and then I'm not. As you can see, I'm really losing my energy for this project. I'm sick of it. I hate doing beaches, like I already said. Okay, now I'm going to make the little cuts in the wall here. I'm going to make one right here. Just a little slip there. And then one there. And you know what? That's good. I want there to be a little corner of the beach that's kind of private. It's not as accessible. Because I know for me, those are always the parts of beaches I like going to. Like, I will hike down to the beach. Hike down a cliff to the beach gladly. So there's no one around. Look, if there's one thing about me, I'm going to try to get as much green grass in the desert as possible, even if it looks like this. But, you know what? It needs to look... I'm going to go like this, actually. And then this will be sand, unfortunately. Okay, finally done with... Oh my gosh, you guys, I swear. Never mind. Almost done. Okay. Here's the beach without the palm trees. It's somewhat bleak. But there you go. Ooh, this is actually perfect. This is a perfect size beach for this area. So now we're going to go get some good old jungle wood and leaves, and I'm going to show you guys how to build a palm tree. So it looks like we already have a little spot here that's perfect for it. So I first discovered palm trees in Minecraft when I had a mod. This was back in 2012, 2012, 2013, something like that. And it was really ugly, and I just figured out over the years how to make it look bushier and more realistic. This is just, I already know this is going to make this look so much better. And you can just have fun with palm trees. You can just build them whatever way you want. You don't have to do it serious. Now, I'm going to show you a little hack. So, we'll see what time of day it is here. I'm going to make it day. So, you're going to see that so see how the grass is green, and it's that kind of biome where the grass stays green, whatever this biome is over here. I use jungle leaves. Over here, this is a desert biome. I use azalea leaves. I use azalea leaves for that, and azalea stays green in the desert. So, for the palm trees I put over here, I'm definitely going to have to... I can put one as a... Actually, I think I can make both of these a jungle palm tree. But then at least one or two are going to have to be... at least one or two are going to have to be the azalea. Sorry, I don't mean to be all spacey. I'm focused on this. We'll see about that. I don't know if I like that right there. Definitely want this here. Okay, this is perfect. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so these, see how it's not green? Even here, I'm going to make that but it's green here, so that's great. So you just do a 3x3 square at the top, and then you just do these little offshoot things. I'm excited to see how this is going to look These two palm trees right here may be a little too close, so I don't know how this is gonna end up, but oh yeah. Okay, so you got to get the azalea leaves. So see how it's in a desert biome, but it stays green. So that's a little hack if you want to do palm trees in the desert. They didn't always have this, so palm trees in the desert were not always an option unless you wanted them to look horrible or use another type of leaf that, in my opinion, just doesn't look as good. Like with oak leaves, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same. You kind of need that. Even with the acacia leaves, I don't love them per se as much as like the jungle leaves that are, to me, just work so well with it. But I like them enough. And you know, I mean, there's different types of palm trees. There's those like feathery ones, and then there's the date palms, and there's the big tall ones. So there's different types, and that's the way I look at it. Is there's just different types in here. You guys, I have music going, and for whatever reason it keeps stopping. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Because yes, I am Gen Z, and I'm older Gen Z, but still Gen Z, so I do have a shorter attention span. Oh, you guys, I am already really liking how this is turning out. Okay. Now we can use the normal jungle leaves. Oh, so much better, in my opinion. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Ooh, you guys, I have some music going that are some stuff I haven't heard in years, and it's some bangers. Dang. I don't know how old anyone watching is, but if anyone watching knows Skrillex, like the video. So good. Shout out to Skrillex. If you like Minecraft, watch my channel. I love your music. Have since 2011. I was like in 6th grade in 2011. Or no, 7th. I wish I could put some palm trees right here, but it's not good because those are going to be for trains, so it'll be fine. It actually gives a nice expansive view of the beach. And again, you guys, it's just a game. I love how I talk like I have a huge audience that's actually listening. I think maybe 7 people have watched. And one of them is me on my phone. And one of them is probably my buddy because he's a G and he supports the cause. And the cause being absolutely nothing. Besides me building a city in Minecraft and you guys watching. Alright, so I'm done with that. Now is the time to add... I swear I use so much lilac flower. And it's basically the national flower of the Hyperion Empire, or the regional flower, or whatever. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna put down, just a few. Or actually, wait, well, maybe one more down here. Okay, so now I'm gonna get bone meal and fill in, make it look real beachy before we do the flyover for the grand reveal. And I want to turn the render distance up so you get the full effect of it, because there's going to be like coastline across the way eventually that will have high rises on it, so it'll be a really cool view. Okay, and I can see I need to do slabs as well, but let me finish this. Okay. Great. Now, whoever's joining now, this is a good time. I'm about to finish, getting close to finishing this stream for the night. I'm going to do the reveal of this, of what I've been doing tonight. So, like I literally just finished, I think. Yep, I'm finished. So, basically what I did tonight is I built a beach. And you're probably like, how do you build a beach? Well, see all this like sand that is on the perimeter of these islands. This is my city, and like this part of the city needed a beach, and I wanted to make one that's bigger than what I've built previously. So that's what we have here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the render distance up, because I was saying that across this bay you can see there's gonna be like a skyline eventually along a cliff. So over there's going to be high rises, and it'll be pretty cool. Alright, so that should have loaded for the most part, so this will look a lot better with this loaded. It kind of doesn't look as good when it's... but, yeah, so this is a... hold on, let me just let it load real quick. This is a new neighborhood that is under development at the moment, called Del Rey. And the goal is over here to build like apartment buildings and stuff, but there needed to be a neighborhood beach, so... that's what I built tonight, and here we go. And I was saying earlier in the stream that I could like go the extra mile, and I could build it like this and have the sand layers or whatever go all the way down, but I'm just gonna do this for now. This is good enough for me. I'm happy with the results. I like how it came out. I'm just sorry I got all like spacey there for a minute. I got like a bite on the back of my leg, and I'm trying to decide it's a mosquito. I don't normally get mosquito bites. To Hayden Sinclair, I love the enthusiasm about the beach. Thank you, random follower. I'm perplexed right now because I got a mosquito bite, and so I'm like looking on my chair, or just in my room. I don't know. I don't know where it could possibly be. It's very upsetting. I don't like getting bug bites. Okay. Back to this. So. Okay. So. Oh, you guys, I love this. This is going to be so dope eventually, once all this is filled in. Once this, like, little Cape Peninsula thing is filled in. I think this would be considered a cape, right? Like, in geographical terms, like, wouldn't it be... I think it's called a cape. My apologies if it's lagging. It's just It's just because I have the render distance up. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to see what this beach looks like from the theater, and especially from this rooftop restaurant. So let's go ahead and go up there, and then I'm going to go back to my house in Minecraft and go to bed. And then I'm going to go to bed in real life because I'm kind of tired. But I think I've been on for like 2 or 3 hours, so I feel like it's a pretty good stream. We got the beach done. I did want to get another beach done, but I can see that's not going to happen tonight. I don't feel like doing another 2 hours. So this was a part of my recent tour that I did for like my recent video, and the whole reason I came up here is I wanted to see how this beach looks. I love it. I love the view. That looks so cool, seeing the beach in the distance from the rooftop of the restaurant. Oh man, this is great. And then it's going to be really cool soon because along this ridge over here is going to be high rises. This is all going to be high rises over in this like corner where this like alpine stuff is. I already started right here, but oh man, Delray is looking good. I've been doing a lot of work here lately. So the next steps for this neighborhood that I've really got to work on are I've got to work on bringing the subway tunnel up from Toluca. So currently the subway, there's a station right here on the side of this building, and then there's one, the main station right here. So the tunnel starts right here and goes up the isthmus and the island, whatever. It goes up the island, and it stops right here at City Hall. And I gotta bring it over. I already have it bored a little bit to go under the mountain diagonally. I gotta bring it over, and I'm gonna put a stop right here on that little corner. I could actually show you the little corner that I'm talking about. There's already a Metro M ready for a station, so real exciting stuff. But yeah, this little village is looking good. I like it. You know, I always try to make these villages look different, and this one looks good. See, these are how Minecraft villages need to look, not like these stupid timber things that they have for default. But that's the beauty of the game, is it's my job to build, and I have. So who wants to move in? Let me know what house you want. There's literally tons to choose from. You just can't have that one or this one or a condo in this building, and that's it. You have everything else to choose from. So just let me know. The real estate office is here. I think there was just an earthquake, you guys. Hayden, was there an earthquake? Because I just felt shaking. Maybe I'm just exhausted. But back to what I was saying. There's a real estate office, you guys. So if you want to move to the Hyperion Empire, here's this beautiful real estate office that you can easily go meet a realtor at. Or if you want to do an off-market transaction, you can do that as well. Okay, back to being serious. Anyways, you guys, that's my live stream for the night. I'm gonna fly back home, but I'm gonna turn the render distance down a bit so it's not quite as clunky here. But yeah, that's my live stream for the night. I'm gonna go this way home. I actually don't live too far from here, even though it looks like we're in the middle of nowhere. You'll see what I mean. So here's this beach. Let me fly. Oh, this is gonna look so nice. These like cliffs over here with high rises are gonna look so cool, and it's gonna look dope like from the beach eventually. I'm very excited about that. Really love how this turned out. So remember I was talking about at the beginning how, just to recap what you're looking at here, so I said I was going to do the beach. I did the base layer of the grass, then I did the sand on top, then I did groundwork. I put the retaining wall up with this like I put the retaining, oh, that looks good from the road too, and it's going good from the sidewalk. Oh, I love it. I love how this came out. But yeah, put palm trees in, all that good stuff. Let me set the time to 0. And so this beach shares land, and I'll add to this a little bit so I can build a walkway that connects around that side. But it shares land with this park here. So basically the whole coastline of this peninsula is public access, and currently has a pool and a little area, just different grassy areas and everything. So, and then eventually all along this beachfront area are going to be buildings like this, 3-story condo buildings. So like right here, you're looking at 3 stories, and these are all 2-bedroom units in here. And I love this building. This is so nice. And yeah, I'm gonna have fun coming up with a lot of different designs for that. So single family homes right there. The big lot in the middle is going to be a school, probably like an elementary or something. So back to Home Sweet Home. I'm not going to go inside. As you can see, we were just over there, that peninsula. This is where we worked. I live right here, so like I said, very close to home. Here's my beautiful home that I'll have to give you guys a tour of. I gotta finish furnishing everything. I think I have like let's see, I just have one room I gotta furnish, but still, I want to get that done before I show you the inside. But I'll give you a flyover of the property. I'm at the base of the mountains, those small mountains right there, and on the bay. When it's not as foggy, you can see the Toluca sign from my backyard. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, let me know. Like this, share it, do whatever you want. Subscribe to my channel, most importantly. Above anything, subscribe, because then you can get more of my sarcastic comments and my quality Minecraft content. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and this is Mr. Doheny signing off for the evening. I will talk to you tomorrow.